What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Bossni, and I'm back with another video. First things first, if you hear any noise in the background, it is thundering outside tremendously. It sounds like it's an earthquake every time it thunders. But nonetheless, we are back with Korporate's explanation of why he snitched on Big Twan, which had us all baffled in the finale of Black Chicago Be Like Part 105. If you haven't watched that already, I just spoiled it for you already, but you should have watched it already. So if you didn't watch it already, go watch it. And come back to this video so we can realize what the explanation is for this. Because I want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I personally need to hear it. Because you're not going to fuck with my nigga Big Twan like that. Like, he done held you back. You know what I'm saying? He was there when your bitch wasn't loyal. Talking about something. You remember Cookie wanted a piece of Big Twan. Big Twan turned that down. He was like, nah, he can't do that. You feel me? He was there for all the shootouts. He was there for all the robbings, the stealings, the kidnappings, the murders, the jails, the stabbing. Like, he was there for everything, bruh. The licks. And you snitched on him. And then what was bad about him snitching on him, they had no evidence. They had that little pussy video. They both had the same story. If they would have stuck to that and copped the lawyer as soon as they walked out, they'd have been straight. First of all, they shouldn't even been talking to none without a lawyer. They didn't have to say a word. He just snitched unprovoked, which pisses me off the most. But you know, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let's hear from Korporate.
Y'all see all through the whole series there have been plot twists. These are all plot twists that I've came up. I'm talking about. Take him back with me? No, he can stay down here. Close the door so he can stay in here. These are all plot twists that I have came up with. Morocco. These are all plot twists that I've came up with, from Cookie brother being shot, from Mikey Dollars recording in the alley, killing Mikey Dollars, killing Eddie. Like, how many bodies did I get? 4 or 5. So, but this storyline, right? Keep in mind that this storyline has lasted for a year and a half. About a year and a half. I didn't even notice that. I have never did a storyline this long. I've never did a storyline this long, but my imagination was running wild, right? My imagination was running wild with this shit. That's why it was just so much shit going on, okay? And usually I'll do stories, and one story, more the story at the end. But with these storylines, you have multiple episodes back to back as one story that keeps going, and then the more the story doesn't come until the last episode of that storyline. Okay? So of course I wrote the shit. So I knew I wanted it to have that ending. Morocco, right? I just got Morocco 2 or 3 weeks ago. I probably had Morocco for 2 weeks. I knew in the last episode, in order for it to hit hard at the end, I need Big Twan to do more real nigga shit. I needed him to do more real nigga shit so that it hit harder at the end when I put the case on him. And also really drives the moral of the story home. That's the most important thing. The moral of the story. I don't leave any rock unturned when it comes to the moral of the story. Which y'all think, because I didn't did a moral of the story in a while, y'all forget how many different topics I've touched on with the moral of the story. I've touched on rape. I've touched on drug abuse. I've touched on your family turning on you. I've touched on so many different things, right? And with the more of the story for this last episode being, sometimes being a real nigga could bite you in the ass, that's also a story that I needed. I needed that particular story to be told. I needed that more of the story to be told. Because I know for me in real life, I'm such a real nigga that I could fuck around and sacrifice my livelihood I could sacrifice my safety. Like it's a lot of shit that I will fuck around and sacrifice as a result of me being a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like as a result of me being a real nigga, I could really be fucked up out here because I stand on certain principles. So as y'all can see, Big Twan's character was a character that through thick and thin, whenever it was time for me to pop somebody, Big Twan was right there. He ain't ask no questions. He ain't do nothing. Niggas was whenever I needed to hop in traffic. Let's go into the specifics of some of the shit in this whole storyline. Picture even how whenever I needed him to pick me up, he was there.
And that's a big thing, bro, because it's a lot of niggas out here that make excuses whenever nigga want to ride. And I'm one of them, because you're not finna just get no ride up off of me like that. You my nigga and all, but you don't need that ride from me, nigga. But Twan was a real nigga, thick and thin, nigga. He might be fresh out something, talking about he need a ride. He's like, all right, bro, I'll be there in 5. Like, what? You that real?
In real life, y'all know people, motherfuckers be like, you got gas money? Or motherfuckers
I'm not that nigga.
Do this and do that. We can't, in real life, we can't get motherfuckers to pull up like that. We can't do that.
Damn,
like,
Skippy.
You know what I'm saying? So even with him pulling up, every time, whatever I was with, he was with everything. And that's why Big Twan's character is the best friend that everybody needs. Like, you know what I'm saying? How many do y'all get? Y'all probably don't get motherfuckers that'll be by your side if you kill a nigga. Big Twan helped me to stash a body. I killed the nigga. And then
he right about that. You shouldn't even be around no nigga that I don't even know how to answer that, but I know I don't have no nigga around me that'll be like that. Cause that's just not the lifestyle I live. But I feel like if you were in that lifestyle, then maybe. But I feel like if you're in a lifestyle, I don't know how that shit works. I don't trust nobody enough to keep alive from me. Like, that's why I don't do nothing with niggas. I said this multiple times. I would never be in no shit with no niggas. You feel me? Because I don't trust niggas enough to be on my side at the end of the day.
And he helped me to dump it in Lake Michigan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was, his character was meant to be what it was. My girlfriend in the show, of course, Cookie, bad. Cookie, bad. He could have whooped her shit and he didn't. Everything lead up to the moral of the story. You have
Y'all hear that thunder?
With this film shit, like you gotta structure that shit. And the whole internet is pissed at me. Everybody pissed at me, but I'm not gonna lie to you, G. It makes me so happy. And why does it make me happy? Because how pissed off the internet is at me is a reflection of my writing ability.
Yep, you're right.
I am a problem in this film industry. For sure.
I can see this nigga with like
with the writing, with the acting, with the everything, like just to know that I was able to structure some shit like that and be able to have everybody be on that.
Yeah.
That's an expression of a job well done.
He need to really
also an expression of just how many people be tuned in with that shit.
Yeah, he really need to be like, someone need to really recognize him and put him in a movie or let him create his own movie or something like that. I don't really know how the movie industry work, but he's proved his skill set numerous of times. You feel me? Not just through this series or story, but previous stories. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we did an old reaction to his videos like 4 or 5 years ago. He been doing this. You feel me? He's been embedded in. He been doing this. You feel me? He's good at storytelling, and he does it in his own way. Which is, you gotta give bro his flowers. You feel me? He definitely deserves it. And a lot of people, like, you gotta admit, a lot of people be getting more than what he gets now from doing less. So, you know, you really just gotta give him his flowers, and hopefully, you know, that helps him. But what I will say though about the series though, I really wish, like, I understand he does make sense of it. Like, throughout the story, he's been portraying Big Twan as a real nigga through his activities. You know, like saying not smashing Cookie when he could have did it, picking him up whenever he wanted, dumping the bodies in Lake Michigan, being on ride-alongs and shit like that. 100%. I will say though, I feel like I really wanted a little bit more out of the story as far as like what happened to Cookie and the baby. You know, like what happened to that portion? Did he get caught killing the brother? Well, obviously he didn't because he snitched on him. But like, all right, boom. What's gonna happen with Cookie? Like, is Cookie gonna be like, damn, I almost just gave some pussy to the nigga that killed my brother? Is she gonna believe it 100% that it was Twan? And if it was Twan, why didn't Corporate say anything about it? Or my fault. Why didn't Bartholomew say anything about it to Cookie if he knew all this whole time? Like, I wanted to see a little bit more. You feel me? That's what I said about, like, if y'all watch my podcast, I said this exact same thing. Sad endings are better than happy endings because they always leave you wanting more. You feel me? That's why I'm actually happy he did this. You feel me? Like he said, it shows his writing ability, but it really gets you more engaged. Now that, because if it was a happy ending, it wouldn't have had this much traction. I 100% guarantee it. Because usually his other ones are really happy endings, but they're not like sad endings like this. It's like lessons. This one was a sad ending, and it had everybody tuned in and wanting more. So I gotta get it to him, bro.
This is very similar to how everybody felt about Tariq from Power. Very similar. This is the same shit. And it's like everybody felt the way about Tariq, and bro, he was an actor on a show. He was an actor on a show. So it's like I got a lot more in store. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody like, man, yo ass a snitch. You bit the cheese. Da 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 da. I had to get that more of the story out, and there's gonna be more shit. It's gonna be more shit.
You bit the cheese.
More stories and more shit that I'm gonna be hitting on. Some shit y'all gonna be like, Corporate, you the neighborhood hero. And some shit you gonna be like, Corporate, your ass a bitch. But at the end of the day, I'm an artist. I am a creative. And I'm not afraid to go into I'm not afraid to travel into certain arenas for shit. Not at all. So all this shit with you a snitch, you a snake and all that shit, it don't bother me for real. It just let me know that motherfuckers is tuned in. It just let me know that motherfuckers is tuned in, and I'm grateful for it. I'm very grateful for it. Black Sky Gonna Be Like Part 105 was a hell of a storyline. Big shout out to everybody that played a role in it. Main characters, Tierra, you know, of course, who played my mama. Cookie, who played my girlfriend. And Sarah Black, who played my baby mama. Milan, who played my daughter. My homie Tease, he showed up in it as well. Molly J, who I cheated on my baby mama with. Shout out to, I can't even think of Eric. Shout out to man, there's so many different appearances in this motherfucker. Shout out to PGF Nook.
Didn't he have Lyrical Lemonade in that bit too? He did.
My brain is just fucking Star Baby Cat. Definitely, she was a villain. She stabbed Cookie up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
His camera's moving when he moved. That's fine.
Jack, definitely big shout out to Jack from Detroit. Shout out to Cairo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, Amazon dude, facts. Doriel,
oh yeah.
Doriel came and peeked her head in for a little second as well. Shout out to Bella. She was in there at some point. Shout out to Rico. He played several different roles. Shout out to Skimbone. He was in it as well.
Oh yeah, he was.
Man, I can't even remember everybody that was in it. Shout out to the Dreadhead Cowboy. I pulled up on that horse. Like,
oh yeah. Asian Doll wasn't in it.
Daphne wasn't in this one. I don't think Daphne was in this one.
They say Asian Doll.
Shaky wasn't in this one either. Not that I remember. I think he was in 104 as well. Shout out to Detective Biddies. Biddies. Shout out to Detective Biddies, Sean Redwell, as the detective, one of the detectives in the other scene. Shout out to Naeem. Shout out to D Brooks, who was smashing my VM. Shout out to my boy D Brooks. Shout out to Wilmers.
Was that part 105 when he was with his baby mama and they was in Walmart? Bro, he said at the beginning of this, I didn't realize that we've been reacting to part 105 for a year. I didn't know he's been in production for this part 105 for a year. I don't even remember, because part 105 was that when he was with his baby mama and he caught his baby mom getting smashed and he was under the bed and he had to like come up from under the bed or something like that. Was that part 105? Damn, but this series was so long. I forget.
Jerk 48.
Oh yeah, Jerk 48. I gotta go. Still haven't went, bro. I've been saying that for years.
Was definitely some features with this one. But yeah, I had to get that moral of the story out. That's a deep ass moral of the story. And if I have to sacrifice myself, even though I know how people could be, then that's what I'm gonna do. I did that. I definitely had to do that. For sure.
Shout out to Link Card.
Shout out to Sandy Lou. She was in some shit.
Hey, Link, hit me up, man. I need one.
The one that stole the gas, Sandy Lou, Shanice, they was in there. Morocco. my little homie Morocco. Yeah. So, just to sum it up again, I had to sacrifice myself for the sake of the moral of the story. I think that was a very important moral of the story. And I wanted that bitch to go out with a bang. Y'all did not see that coming.
I ain't gonna lie, we did not see that coming, man. And it wouldn't have made sense if Twan snitched on Korporate, because he's big on moral of the stories, as he said. So like, what would have been the moral of the story if Korporate got snitched on? Like, because really throughout the whole series, Korporate was, you know what I'm saying, helping Twan too in some parts, but for the most part, Twan was helping Korporate. So if Twan would have snitched on he would have went all this far helping him and then snitched on Korporate. I mean, I'm sure he could have twisted some more of the story, like don't put people in your business, or I don't know. It wouldn't have been as interesting a moral of the story as this one. So I understand why he had to sacrifice himself.
Y'all didn't see that coming. Y'all was waiting for the episode for a while, which I'm also gonna go into why it took so long for that last episode. What the fuck this mark is on my eye. This also came from Black Chicago Beat. But let me talk about this one. Shout out to Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent is the one that my mama was cheating on with Eddie before I popped Eddie. Shout out to Mikey Dollars as well. Shout out to Cole Bennett. Cole Bennett made a little feature in there as well. But I'ma just be thinking of motherfuckers as I go, because I had a lot of different features. But this right here. So in the scene with the rat. Now with Harvey Dent, that's his pet rat for real. That nigga really got a pet rat. He funny as hell for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to SG Batman for sure. Facts. He really got a pet rat. Shout out to Bart. Shout out to Bart too. He was in that. And definitely shout out to Chris D. Lofton from Power. For sure. He the reason I killed Cookie Brother. Shout out to my brother for sure. Shout out to that croc. Shout out to that alligator. Shout out to them turtles, them tortoises. Shout out to that 12-inch anaconda. I went fucking crazy with this story.
He should like make a very long compilation of all the parts in one, minus the little preview at the beginning, explain what happened in the previous episode, so you can like watch it all happen at once. Because I really forget what happened. I'm definitely gonna go back and watch part 1, because I completely forgot what was going on, bro. Because I just really thought about it. I'm like, wait, this is when it's so much that happened. The baby mom was in there, yeah. Lyrical Lemonade was in there. I remember some dude was skating. He was told to kill somebody. It was following him in Walmart. Like, I forgot all about that.
I went fucking crazy with the short. Shout out to Kush Poppy. Shout out to the Techie Twin. Well.
Gotta give his flowers, man.
Shout out to Baja. She was in the episode as well.
Don Terrio was in there?
The real
Don Terrio.
No, Danny Girl. Yeah, shout out to Danny Girl.
Somebody said Don Terrio was in that. Don Terrio was not in part 105. I do not remember him in 105. Maybe he was for like a smidget. But like I said, man, got to give bro his flowers, man. Hey, we ready for part 106, man. Give bro his flowers. Make part 106 on BET exclusive, something, bro. Give it to him because he deserved it. Sacrificed himself for one of the best series I ever seen of Black Chicago be like. And I've been watching this for years, since I was in school. So, bro is golden, man. Please give him his flowers. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Part 106 is going to be crazy, as Korporate would say. Smash the like button. I'm dropping this today, so let me know. Is it raining by y'all right now? Because it sounds like it's going to be a horrible day for me. Y'all hear that? Yeah.
I know if I'm wasting my time. I know if you ain't crossing the line. I know if push gonna shove when shit hit the fan, you gon' stand on the dime. I don't see much why I don't post. Every now and then I'm always gon' ghost. If I'm sick and you fake like so, I'm high like fire, come close my roast. I know you a bitch. I know you a op. I know you fool.